Let's scoot over. Hey, how y'all doing out there? Let's go live over here on Instagram as well. Welcome back. Good evening. Good night. Right? Good night to everyone. It's your boy. Welcome back to Clout Chasing. I am Savalis Williams, aka Big Clout. Yo, y'all know what we do here. We mix the culture with the real estate, and it has been crazy. It has definitely been crazy. We got some new information out. Let's move my lights a little bit about the housing market. It has been wild magnolia, to say the least. And we're going to get into it, y'all. We're going to get into it. Can everyone hear me very well? Please let me know if y'all can hear me. Adjust myself a little bit. Can y'all see me? I see no lag like before. The lag, bro, the lag. Yo, just came across this article that the US in the United States, wait, let me move this over here so I can see myself. How about I do it like this? Doing a little bit of housekeeping. We're going to talk about what this means for not only the United States, but what does this mean for you and me as African Americans here in the country, right? The affordability issues when it comes to housing here in the US. Things are getting expensive. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button. I'm putting that in the chat. Thank you. So the easiest way to support the channel, you guys, is to hit the like button. That helps bring this information out to a lot of people. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. Link for this article that I'm about to get into is in the description below. It is below. Let's put that in the chat. Let's also pin it. There you go. That's in the chat for YouTube. IG, which I got going on. We're going to talk about these high home prices. And y'all let me know, have y'all tried to buy a home lately? Or you're not feeling it right now? You tried to buy a home, things didn't work out. You know someone who tried to buy a home and it didn't work out. Or it did work out, right? There's some people who have been out here in these streets and they've been able to buy a home. Salute to them, right? How did they afford to buy the home, right? We got to ask ourselves some questions. What careers do they have? What jobs do they have, right? Because the way things have been here lately, the last 3 years, it's been pretty rough. You know, it's like, man, could I actually afford this house, right? The media, get a little bit comfortable here. The media has really been pushing this whole, you know, people are not selling their homes simply because interest rates fell to a historic low year and a half, year ago, right? A lot of people refinanced their homes and got lower interest rates, right? So now the interest that they're paying for their house, 2%, 3%, right? If you have excellent credit, some people are paying like 1%, right? And it's pretty unprecedented in this time in the recent history of America for interest rates for mortgages and loans to be that low for housing. And so a lot of people took advantage of that and went ahead and refinanced their home. Now, I'll tell you like this. Personally, I did not refinance my house, right? So I am a outlier. If you talk to, you know, a lot of these YouTubers in these streets, and also a lot of these um, economists about the rates or the percentages of people who have actually refinanced their home, right? We do know there is proof in data and statistics that show that 92% of homeowners have an interest rate that's 6% or less, right? Why is that important to understand and to know? Because the current interest rate is 7 plus percent. So we could easily say, hey, this is the benchmark of the information that we're looking for. This 7%. What's below that? 6%, right? So how many people, what's the percentage of homeowners that have a loan, a mortgage loan rate that's 6% or less, right? And 92% of people do who own homes. That's basically everybody. Listen, that's basically everybody who owns a home has a rate that's lower. What's going on with you? Has a rate that's lower than 6%. Now, if you don't mind sharing, I'm interested to know in the chat, what is your interest rate for your home, right? I'm very interested to know. I will go ahead. Ooh, I don't want to. I see you over there on Instagram. I'm very interested to know and find out what is your interest rate for your home, right? I'll tell you like this. Like I said, I did not refinance my home when interest rates went down. Why? Interest rates was at an all-time low. So you saying yourself clout chasing, big clout, big clout. Why would you not refinance your home to pay less monthly, or to do a cash out refinance? Go ahead and take the money out and get it on a low interest, right? Why wouldn't you do that? Child's Play is in the building, y'all. Y'all put Child's Play in the chat. Child's Play in the building. Y'all show Child's Play some love over there on IG. Represent. Yee! Child's Play in the building. So the reason I personally didn't refinance my home was because I didn't qualify, right? At the time when rates were extremely low, I was a full-time student. Um, and so no banks, and my home was a rental property, right? Oh, here come one of my children. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. What's up, nephew? You a little sleepy girl? Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I'm back, y'all. DJ J all day is in the building on IG. What's up, DJ J all day? You understand me? Show him some love. You feel me? Look, sorry about the delay. My baby just woke up a little bit, so she gonna rock with me for a second. I may have to step out again, so please forgive me if I have to. All right. This is baby Sahara right here. Y'all say what's up to Sahara, like the Sahara Desert, you know? You feel me? Y'all see the African daishiki, so you know how I'm rocking. You already know. Anyway, so that's why I personally did not do a refinance on my house, right? I didn't qualify, right? My home was a rental property, and I was a full-time student with no W-2 income at the time. No banks, no lenders would touch me, right? It's okay. My interest rate is still lower now than what the nation is, right? So y'all talking about 7%, 7+%. I'm lower than 7%, so I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm all right. So the the other dynamic to this situation here in America, when we talking about the home prices soaring, is supply and demand, right? So the narrative is this: the people who have low interest rates are not selling their home, which in turn affects the supply of housing in America relative to the demand. Makes sense, right? All right. Before I go on any further, let me do my usual introduction. Once again, I am Big Clout. This is Clout Chasing YouTube channel where we mix the culture with the real estate. For the past several years, I have dedicated myself to learn more about the real estate industry. I have a few degrees related to real estate, certificates of completion dealing with real estate. Also, like I said earlier, I rented my own properties out for a few years. I also currently work in uh, property management as a grounds crew member, and it's for military housing in Virginia Beach, right? And so I know a little bit about this real estate game, just a little bit, right? And so I just wanted to let y'all know that. Now, we're going to get into this article, and we're going to also talk about what does this mean for African Americans, right? These prices are extremely high, and we're going to talk about also what it means for us in our culture and what we got going on, right? And so we're going to dig into it. Once again, the link for the article, the main article, is in the description below. And before I go on any further, before I get to this article, I do want to state this, right? This is a economic wage issue more than even a supply and demand issue. The fact of the matter is, a lot of Americans do not make enough money at whatever job they're working, whatever career field that they are in order to afford homes in today's marketplace. This is the base ABC knowledge of the situation. We need higher paying jobs, right? So, my solution, what I tell everybody is get into the tech industry. In my description below here on YouTube, there's a link for a tech boot camp school called Careerist. I personally went to Careerist, right? I went there for sales tech engineer. Starting salary is 70,000 to 100,000. That's starting base salary, not including bonuses, right? Not including what you're getting in year 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? That's starting salary. That's just for sales tech engineer. There are also multiple other trainings for different career paths through the boot camp. Now, the boot camp's about 6 weeks long, and it also provides you with the internship. Oh, my baby. They help you with your LinkedIn profile and your resume. Also, there's a mentor that helps you along the way. And if that wasn't enough, you can always talk to the instructors and other people who are in the field and trying to get in the field through Slack, right? They have a great community on Slack. It's a Slack, right? Slack, that's what it's called, right? Slack. All right. So that's my information that I have to help people to try to get higher paying jobs. Also, last point to the money that we need to make and make more money. Does that make sense? The money that we need to make and make more money. All of that, right? Don't be afraid to go back to school for trades. Barber, right? Electrician, plumber, construction. That's a big one. Construction is a huge one, right? Maybe you need some financial aid. Do it, right? I really wouldn't suggest taking out a student loan, but if you're really confident about your skills, and your hustle in the businesses or the industries, do what you got to do to get to where you want to go. At the end of the day, with trades, you can work for someone for a while, create your own business after that, and go from there. I lied to y'all. One more thing about how to make more money. Well, this one's kind of wishy washy. It depends on your marketing skills, and it also depends on your ability to find good products. But e-commerce, right? Selling stuff on Amazon, all these different platforms, and hustling that way. That's another way to make money, right? But you really have to learn about it. I'm not too familiar with it, but I know people who are successful doing this type of hustle, right? Creating your own, e-commerce business, but make sure that it's profitable and you're not wasting your time doing it, right? Come on, Harold. All right. So I'm gonna do my best to get into this article with this child in my hand, baby girl. So here we go, y'all. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. And please let me know in the chat, like what y'all think about the housing prices. What's the prices like in y'all areas? And we're gonna get into it. U.S. home values soared to record highs. 48. Oh, I lied. 46.8 trillion um, amid housing shortage. Right. Suburban appeal, millennials' influence, and 30-year mortgage shape dynamic real estate market. U.S. home value reached 46.8 trillion in June, a new all-time high, according to the report from Redfin. Right? This record overtakes the prior peak record of $46.6 trillion set early, set a year earlier, so last year, right? A lack of available homes for sale, coupled with 30-year fixed rate mortgage that has contributed to sustaining growth in housing value, right? So let's go down. Let's see what else we got going on here. And these prices are so high throughout the country. All right, here we go. In June, home values saw a 0.4% increase from a year earlier. Remarkable 19.1%, 77.5 trillion increase over 2 years ago. The upward trend has effectively offset the 2.9 trillion decline triggered by rising mortgage rates between June 2022 and February 2023. Right, so things are going up, 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 up. The interest rates are going up, and also the home prices are going up. Um, Here in America, right? 30-year fixed rate mortgages in America propped up propped up the home values. Many homeowners took advantage of the 3% mortgage rates during the pandemic and are reluctant to move as they would face higher rates. So it's a great point right here to earlier what we talked about a little bit. If you have an interest rate right now, 5%, 4%, 3%, right? If you sell your home, right, you cash out and you pocket 200,000, 250,000 tax free, right? You pocket that money. When you go to buy another home, let's just say it's exactly the same as the one you just sold, right? Same square footage, same bedrooms, same functionality, everything. This is the exact same house. The problem is, it's a couple things, right? Like, let's just say you sold your house for 200,000. Let's just say 200,000, right? You go to buy another house, similar, just like yours, right? But instead you pay 300,000. Woo! Not only do you pay 300,000 for the same house, the interest rate on that 300,000 is 7%. So you're paying more all the way around. Your monthly payments, let's just say when you sold your home for 200,000, let's say you actually owe, I don't know, 100,000 on the house, and your interest and your monthly payments for $100,000 mortgage was like $800 a month, right? Now you just bought a new home, right, for 300,000, just like the home you just like the home you just moved out of. And now instead of paying what I say $800 a month, now all of a sudden you're paying $2,000 a month for the same house. Don't make no sense, right? So why would a homeowner sell their home in this market? You know, it just doesn't. The math don't math, right? I will say this though. My baby trying to sleep. I'm trying to be cordial because the baby. Put her back to the bed in a second. Hopefully she don't get back up. The only way that selling your home makes sense is what? Right now you have an interest rate of 5%, 6%. I mean 5, 6, 4, 3, 2%. Right? You've been paying on your home the past 15 years. You're getting the mortgage paid down. Why would you sell your home? The only way, the only real way you would sell your home, or the reason, let me say that, the reasons that we're here. The only reason why you would sell your home is if you were going to move somewhere where the home price was like half of what you owe on your current property, right? So let's say you owed 300,000 on your current property, but you could move to Missouri and find a house just like yours, right? Same square footage, same bedrooms, same yard space, everything, right? Instead of 300,000, it costs you 150,000 with the 7% interest. Then by all means, it makes sense to go ahead and make that move, even with the 7% interest rates, right? I don't know the exact what the mortgage would be at this very moment. I was going to do a whole calculator on it live for you guys to give y'all the price, but Sahara done came in here and kind of ruined my right hand momentum. Pause. Anyway, so that's the only way it would really make sense. Let me see if I can maneuver still with my left hand through this article. All right. The scarcity of homes and owners with low mortgage rates have led to a reduction in home sales. Approximately 90% of homeowners with mortgages are under 6%, have rates under 6%. We talked about that, right? Today's average is 6.9%. Only 1% of homeowners have changed. Wait, let me read that again. Consistently, only 1% of homes have changed. Homeowners have changed ownership this year. You don't know I can't read. I'm from the ghetto. Let me do it one more time. Consequently. Oh, I keep saying consistently. Consequently, only 1% of homes have changed ownership this year. the lowest share in a decade. So what they basically said is only 1% of homes have been sold, basically, is what they're saying this year. And go down. Here we go. While national trends show an increase, 32 U.S. metro areas experienced a decline in home values. Which places have experienced a decline in home values? Places where in California, Texas are notably affected. Cities like what? Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin, Texas. And my home place, Oakland, California. It's Oakland, everything I love, straight up on my mind though. Feel me? Got it like boo. It's out, straight up. Wow. Suffered the largest declines at 9.6% and 8.7% respectively. Right? So the Bay Area, prices are going down. Austin, Texas, prices are going down in these areas. But when we say prices are going down, we also Seattle, Washington, prices are going down or dropping. One thing we need to understand about them price drops in those areas is that what? Those homes are still $1 million plus, right? Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose, anything in the Bay Area, Los Angeles, Seattle. Girl, you drinking that milk and milk. All these West Coast homes, they still hitting for over $1 million. Thank you. All right. So those home decreases that we're seeing in those areas is like you go from 1.2 million to 1.1 million. Can you afford it? I can't afford it. I cannot afford it. Right. So when we say prices are soaring, it's not in the West Coast, right? Those prices are dropping. It's the East Coast that's pushing up the overall average for the housing market and the Midwest, right? Okay, baby. Let me see if I can go put her back in her room. Let me see. All right, y'all ready for this? Here go a couple of numbers, y'all. All right. Relative affordable markets have posted the biggest gains. So what this is, look. Okay. I'm gonna take a break real quick. I'm gonna go put her back in her room. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the affordable places, right? So y'all rock with me for a minute. Y'all go get what y'all go get, yada yada boo boo, and I'm gonna be right back. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Here we go. Let's go. All right. Hopefully she don't man, my IG is falling, cuz. IG is falling. Y'all good, IG? All right. So these are the places where people can actually afford to live. So y'all might want to listen up to this, right? This is places that we need to move to. Slim Goody, what's good with you, soldier? I see you. Look, these are you came in just in time. So I'm about to talk about the places that are affordable, right? These places that are affordable have actually started to go up in price. So if you want to live somewhere where it's fairly cheap and affordable, check it out. Let me hit the all right. The article says that relative affordable markets have posted the biggest gains. Little Rock, Arkansas, also Camden, New Jersey, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin have all gone up in value but are affordable. Slim Goody's in the building, y'all. Slim Goody's in the building. Y'all put Slim Goody in the chat one good time. He always coming through showing love to little old me. You feel me? So salute to Slim Goody, one of the real ones out here in these streets. You feel me? I hope you're having a good night, a blessed night, my man, my man. All right, and so just why I got Slim Goody here. Let me just go ahead and ask him. Um, do you think, Slim Goody, that home prices are affordable? He said Jersey market is terrible. That may be true. The Jersey market may be terrible. However, Camden, am I saying that right? Camden, New Jersey. They saying it's affordable, right? That metro area of Camden, right? Camden, Camden, New Jersey. It's witnessing right now. They're having a growth, but it's one of the affordable places in the country. Arkansas, I mean Little Rock, Arkansas, Camden, New Jersey, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Right, they're all growing, but it's affordable compared to San Francisco, New York, Austin, Texas. Right. So let's keep going down in the article. It says, despite the overall increase in value, millennial home equity has seen a sharp decline of 18.2% year over year for the first quarter. Right. The report also highlighted that 0.9% decline in urban home values, while suburbs and rural areas experience growth. So if you live in the suburbs or a rural area, you have seen actual growth in your equity. I think everybody's seen growth in equity though, for real, for real. Um, well, it's saying home, not equity. So I take that back. Home value. So Slim Goody says a lot of homes in Virginia are overpriced, right? So let me ask you this, Slim Goody. We know that home values are quote unquote overpriced. So are the homes overpriced, or we just don't have jobs that are paying us enough money to afford the homes that are overpriced? Right. So I'm a believer that home prices are expensive, right? I agree with you about that. But in order to afford the homes, I believe that we need better paying jobs, right? Tell me what you think about it. Do we? He says jobs and enough homes for sure. Definitely. He's right on. He's right on point. He's right on target. I'm gonna have to Slim Goody. You're gonna have to come on. You're gonna have to be my first guest on here, man. I'm gonna have to call you in to the show live. I'm gonna go ahead and keep going with the article. It says homes in the 250,000 to 750,000 range saw the most significant jump in value. Luxury homes in the West Coast markets face considerable declines. So we talked about this. Seattle, Los Angeles, San Jose, Oakland, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Those homes, those values are coming down, right? Those values are coming down in those big Seattle, Washington, home values coming down. But however, if you own a home that was between a value of $250,000, 250,000, to 750,000, you've seen the most improvement. All right, I got you, big dog. You saw the most improvement um, in home value, right? And I'm a witness to that, right? Uh, my home is about to hit 300,000 in value. Slim Goody says California laws are making them move out. Yes, I was in Cali. Like Slim Goody, no, I was in California, and we left. Right, we came back to VA because, well, it's a lot. Well, we going I digress. It's a lot, but he's absolutely right. The laws, the taxes, yes. I'm gonna get with you. Give me a second. I'm gonna get through this article, and I'm gonna get with you. Uh, the last part of this article says, while the overall value reaches new highs, local disparities and generational shifts present a complex picture. The coming months will likely continue to reveal a multifaceted and ever-changing housing landscape. I 100% agree. Right. Um, the overall values have reached new highs. Right. The value. Let's go back to the beginning. Those of you who may have missed it. Right. Some of y'all like to skim through the video, and that's fine. Right. I do the same thing. Let's go back to the beginning in case my man Slim Goody missed it. Right. U.S. home values reached 46.8 trillion in June. Right. So everybody's. This is killing me. Uh, all right. This is killing me. Everybody has really been expecting for home values to crash, right? After During the pandemic, oh, the pandemic's here. Nobody's paying their mortgages. People who own multiple homes, those people are going to go ahead and they're going to be kicked out of there. They're going to be foreclosed on. Renters, they can't afford to rent anymore because they lost their jobs because of the pandemic. They were not allowed to work. So everybody's going to get kicked out, evicted. It's going to become a renter's market. Home prices are going to crumble. We're going to see a shift in generational wealth, and all the people need to save their money and get ready to buy one of these homes for the cheap, right? But what's actually happened is this: interest rates came down, people refinance, but really, as long as your interest rate was not above 6%, you're good anyway, right? And so you just hold on to your house like you hold on to a stock, right? Those of you who are long-term stock investors. And miraculously, right, we have got all this. Here come the baby again. This equity in the properties. Hold on. Give me 1 second. What you looking up? Oh. You can look over there? All right. Slim. All right, I'm gonna get with you, Slim Goody, in a second. Hold on. He says this is like COVID in the purchase market, but for equity. Yep, definitely. All right. So I'm gonna bring in Slim Goody on IG Live and have him talk a little bit about it. And let's see. He said meant to say they aren't. Let me see. This is like COVID. Well, I'm gonna bring you in this. I'm about to bring you in, and then we're gonna talk about for about 5 minutes. If you got about 5 minutes, brother, about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and end the stream. I do before I get to you. I do want to talk about for a hot second. What does this mean? This increase in soaring houses in America. What does this mean for African Americans, right? And according to Realtor.com, right, National Association of Realtors, National Association of Realtors, right, more Americans own homes, but Black and white home ownership rates gap is the biggest in a decade, right? So the gap between Black owners and white owners is getting bigger, right? It's getting bigger. Dreadhead, I see you. What's good? What's good? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Um, And so I'm just going to read this one stat right here, and then I'm going to get off the subject. But I just wanted to let y'all know and show y'all, like for us as African Americans, what's the matter, mama? Yeah, milk here. You don't want it? All right. We are still struggling when it comes to home ownership. All right. You cold? We need your cover? You was in the bed, girl. All right, so let me read this. Gwendolyn. All right. While the U.S. home ownership rate has consistently increased during the last decade to 65.5% in 2021 from 64.7% in 2011, the Black home ownership rate has not kept pace with the increase of other racial groups. Right? Here we go right here. The Black American home ownership rate is 44%, increase less than half of 1% from 43.6% in 2011. So in 2011, African Americans own 43.6% of real estate. Now in 2021, 10 years later, African Americans own 44%. Mama. Okay, girl, come on. All right. I think Slim Goody left us on IG. I was gonna bring him in for a second. It looks like he left us. I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone because I got the baby. And so, anyway, let's keep going with this means for African Americans, though, right? Appreciate you though, Slim Goody, for tuning in as long as you could. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Black homeowners spend more of their income to own their home than all racial groups, with 30% being cost burden, defined as spending more than 30% of their income on housing. Right. Followed by Hispanic Americans 28%, Asian Americans 26%, and white Americans 21%. So we spend the most money, our cost of income on our house, right? At least 30% of our income on our house. So if you make $100,000, you spend $30,000 just on the home, right? More than half of black renters households. Well, I said that wrong. More than half of black renter households, 54%, spend more than 30% of their income on rent. Dang. 54% spend more than 30% of, so they spending more than 30% just on rent, right? The most of any racial group. About 30% of black renters are severely cost burdened, as more than 50% of their income is on rent. Woo! So you spending more than 50% of your income on rent. We are our people, right? After comparing the qualifying incomes to purchase the typical home with the median income of renter households, National Association of Realtors estimate that while 17% of white renters can afford to buy the median price home, only 9% of black renters can nationwide. So only 9% of our people can afford to buy the median price home in America. And this is from 2021. Prices have gone up since then, right? So that 9% has most likely went down to about 5%, right? Why? Because it's one thing if we had more of our people with higher paying jobs, but that's not what's been happening, right? Oh, girl. Sahara, the bearer. Everybody put Sahara, the bearer. Oh, my baby. Y'all put Sahara in the chat, y'all. Sahara. Sahara, Sahara. All right. Racial disparities in the mortgage market. We're not even gonna get into all that. We just know this, right? Among all homeowners, white Americans make up the largest share, 88%, followed by Hispanics, 8%, Black Americans, 3%, and Asian Americans, 2%, and others, 3%, right? Wow. Using data from its latest profile of home buyers and sellers, reported National Association of Realtors analyzed the characteristics of recent home buyers, their reasoning for purchasing, the steps they took in the home buying process, and the way buyers finance their home purchases on based on race. Right. Among all buyers, white Americans made up the largest percent, 88%. All right. For down payment, black Americans drew down what we do to get a house, we take off our 401k or our pension um, more than any other group, 16%, right? Um, Hispanic Americans had the largest share of student loan debt, 46%, followed by African Americans or Black Americans, 33%. I thought our student loan debt would be the highest actually. All right. Um, it's a lot more to this article. I do not have this article in the description below on YouTube, right? This article's not there, right? But however, I'll tell you like this. If you stayed on this long and you're still here, if you just simply go to the National Association of Realtors.com, it's there. The article's there, right? And you can see how, um, and this article actually came out March 2nd, 2023, right? The article title is More Americans Own Their Homes, but Black and white home ownership rate gap is biggest in a decade. Doesn't really make good logical sense, right? You would think that we would continue to uh, be able to buy more homes, right? To qualify more, but it's not happening. And now things are getting worse with the uh, fact that people are being evicted out of their homes, and more so that we are not able to get, or we have not been able to really turn the corner and say, hey, let me go get a new skill. Let me go find a new industry to work in, right? Where they pay me a lot more money, right? Because we do have the skills, we do have the knowledge, right? However, we just need to go ahead and do a little bit more research and find out, you know, hey, what other industries that we can get into that will pay us 150,000, right? And then be able to actually manage that money to be able to go ahead and stop getting evicted from these homes, to go ahead and be able to buy a piece of land, whether it's a small condo, right? A small one bedroom, one bathroom house somewhere in the boonies. But the fact that when you become an owner, you have more options if and when things go astray, compared to being a renter. When things happen, you just gotta go, right? And you gotta go to court, and you get stuff put on your record, right? Things can happen when you're a homeowner as well. However, you got more options to try to correct the issue before it gets, you know, put on your credit score and your credit record and things of that nature, right? It's always good to have options, right? So the prices here in America for homes are soaring, y'all. It's getting, the prices are getting higher and higher, right? To buy a house. Interest rates will eventually come back down. When interest rates come down, what we will see is people like myself go ahead and do some type of refinance or sale, right? Cash out refinance, take the equity money, go put it somewhere else, or sell, move somewhere else, right? So to those people who are in the process of getting those new skills, going to those boot camp classes, going to those trade schools, educating themselves, saving their money as best as possible, working on their credit, to those people, they're actually setting themselves up for a great time to buy a property. Now, even when interest rates come down, people start selling their homes in droves, right? The I really don't see home prices going down 70, 80%, right? That's like a market crash. I don't see that happening, right? But what I do see is people who have positioned themselves to be able to afford a home, with a nice down payment, whether that's a 3% FHA loan, some type of program that helps people with assistance with down payments, or a traditional 20% down payment, right? Those people who are positioning themselves to qualify and pre-qualify for a home loan will be the ones to reap the benefits once people like me go ahead and sell, right? Instead of, you know, maybe a home, maybe currently valued at 400,000. By the time the interest rates drop and everything, somebody might be like, instead of 400,000, let's go ahead and just sell it for, you know, 360, right? Get rid of it quickly, be done with it. You still gonna cash out our money. Somebody's gonna be able to buy a home, take a little bit off of it. I'm trying to get down to Florida. I'm trying to get down to Texas. I'm trying to get, New Mexico for whatever reason you want to go to New Mexico. Y'all see how my voice changed when I said New Mexico? Right? Who wants to go to New Mexico for real, for real? It's not a shot at New Mexico. I'm just asking. Like, I know some people actually in New Mexico. I got family in New Mexico. Right? Shout out to the pastor. Shout out to the pastor. Yo, home prices are soaring, y'all. If you want to buy one of these homes now, right? Make sure that we got the skills, the training, and the income to go ahead and do so. If you want to wait, you still got to get the training, the skills, the knowledge to do so, right? If you want to continue to rent, please do so. Do so responsibly. If you live in an area, a city, a town, a state where you are not happy, the landlord, the property manager, they're doing you wrong, right? They're not taking care of their business. You have the human right to leave that area, right? Now you will want to wait until your lease is up and then move, right? If you break the lease, you'll face consequences. However, if you have the money to buy out your lease, by all means do so. If not, wait till the lease is up. Don't don't be that person always complaining and all this. Like, if especially it's not getting you nowhere, right? Especially if you want to just leave, doesn't make sense to really complain and moan about it. Wait till your time is up officially on the clock and get up out of there. Go somewhere else where you will be loved, right? And that's my little 2 cents for the night, man. The prices are soaring. We need higher paying jobs. There's higher paying jobs out there. Link in the description below if you want to join the Tech Bootcamp Careerists. Um, and also, once you get that job, you might need a bank account, right? I have some links for SoFi banking and the link in the description below. And then once you get your bank account going and you got your job going, you might want to invest in some stocks, whether you day trade whether or either you want to long-term invest, right? You can use my Robinhood link in the description below. And if your phone service is acting crazy, maybe you with Verizon and you want to go to T-Mobile. My link for T-Mobile phone switcher service is in the description below. So y'all can check all that out. Also, if you want to vibe to some music, I got some explicit music and I got some soulful music. I wouldn't say soulful. I would just say religious. Right. So thank y'all for rocking with me tonight. This has been Clout Chasing, Big Clout, where we mix the culture with the real estate. Tonight's show, we talked about these soaring, these high American home prices. The next show is going to be crazy. We're going to talk about some more of this real estate game. And please let me know in the comments, in the description. In the description. Please let me know in the comments what's going on in y'all areas, right? As far as home prices. And are y'all thinking about moving? Or when will y'all consider moving? Or if you're a homeowner, when will you think about selling, right? Or refinancing. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I hope no one um, has anything tragic or traumatic happen to them. You know, tonight, I want everybody to rest peacefully. And I hope that we all can meet again in a couple more days to talk some more about this real estate game, right? Once again, this is Cloud Chasing YouTube channel where we mix the culture with the real estate. Shout out to everyone who joined in for a couple seconds. Shout out to Slim Goody, Dreadhead, uh, Pistol P over there, and a couple other people. If I forgot your name, charge it to the games. Much love and respect to all my people out there. It's your boy. Peace out.